All right, so far my skin is prepped with this Algenist Genius sample. It's a wonderful moisturizer. And this L'Oreal BB cream, which is a redness reducing, one shade only product. What I'm going to try next is this new Maybelline Dream Wonder Fluid Touch Foundation. It has SPF 20 in it, and I have the color 15 Ivory. I think that this was the second to lightest color. It says shake well and dispense to fingertip. There is a special applicator inside here. So I am going to shake it well. I like to shake it. And this is a very interesting bottle anyway. I don't know if you noticed. This is super thin and flat and sleek. It has this really pretty kind of pearlized ombre effect down to where it is clear and you can see the actual product color in the bottom. And then it has this interesting, almost teardrop-ish shaped applicator on the wand so that you can pull it out and very neatly drop it on your fingertip so that you don't have to try and splatter it all over the place, you know, by tipping the bottle over and plugging it with your finger and all of those techniques that we've had to do in the past with pumpless foundation. It's nice because, yes, you're not shaking it all over and potentially spilling it, but it's a little bit time consuming. I mean, to me, this isn't very hygienic, but I'd like to just kind of smear it on my face right off the applicator. I mean, it's only my face that's going to have this product on it. This is the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. This is what I always use for liquid products on my face, foundations, and BB creams. This might be a touch too light for me. I'm not sure yet, but I will tell you the BB cream was a little bit too dark for me. I mean, not even really necessarily, but it wouldn't have hurt for it to be a little bit lighter. And then the next shade up from this in the store was much, much too orange for my skin. So this is what I have. I like it. I like how nice and light it is. It blends super easily. It isn't very streaky. And I think that the combination of the BB cream under it and this foundation over it, it's perfect. And what's nice about this brush is if you have an area where you do have a lot of streaking, or maybe you have a little bit more product than you would put in other places just to cover up redness or blotchiness or a pimple or something, you can just stipple that area like this, just pounce the brush on your face, and it will help just kind of blend it in where it needs to be without streaks or without picking up the product and moving it. Like it. I like this so far, huh? This was $7.99 and it looks like it's relatively new. It had a cute little display. Now I figure I will do a drugstore makeup look for you because I have got a bunch of drugstore goodies. A drugstore, that would be an interesting place. What would you buy there? Drunk people or things to get drunk? We already have those, don't we? All right, I'm going to take the NYC Smooth Skin Bronzing Powder in Sunny, and this I'm going to just do a very, very little contour with. I have the Real Techniques Duo Fiber brush here so that I can just kind of cut in on my cheeks a little bit. I'm not doing anything too crazy today, just doing stuff around the house. Don't need ba-bang cheekbones today for any reason. So next I'm going to put this all over my face, this powder. This is the Physicians Formula Multicolored Custom Face Powder in beige/warm beige. Were they like arguing about that? It's beige. No, it's warm beige. Here's the problem with this one. It had the overspray. I always get fooled by this darn overspray. So you can kind of tell that it's all this one color underneath for the most part because it's coming off. That's just my life. That's just how things go. So I'm going to take this big Real Techniques powder brush and I'm just going to swirl that on there and kind of just hit the edges of my face with that. Blend in my contour a little bit. What's nice about that is you don't have to be as precise or careful with the contour if you can just blend it out with something like this. Next, I'm going to use the Maybelline Dream Touch Lumi Concealer underneath my eyes. I don't need a ton because I already have the BB cream under there, but I don't know, this is one of those products where I'm blending this out with an Eco Tools eyeshadow brush also, just so you know, this is my favorite way to apply this. I don't know, this is one of those products where if I skip it, I can tell. Even though dark circles aren't really a major issue under my eyes, but it just looks so much more bright, and my whole face looks a little bit more awake and alert when I have that on. Next, I'm going to use the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in the color Milk. I'm going to draw a little stripe under the arch of each eyebrow and coming up like a little happy brightness waterfall in the inside corner of my eye so that I can brighten up my face. This is another Eco Tools eyeshadow brush. I think this is a crease brush. I just think that this is such a nice, effective way of blending this product out. And again, you're not lifting it off with your finger and, you know, wasting some and then having to wipe your hands off in between applications of all sorts of things. Trust me, I used to be a finger applier only, and that was so much dirtier and more work. Now what I'm going to do is use this Sonia Kashuk spoolie brush. It's really dirty. I'm trying to like hide it from you to brush my eyebrows up. Now this is something that I'm going to bring y'all in on so you can see it. I did have somebody, maybe it was Katie, somebody asked me what the benefit of a brow gel is for your eyes, and I will show you that right now. Now this might be slightly dramatic. I just kind of ruffled my eyebrows so you could get an idea of what the difference can be. However, I do a lot every day to really sculpt and shape my brows to keep them from falling victim of this. If you have beautiful natural brows that you do not have to, or you choose not to wax or shape in any way, I want to give you a big hug and say congratulations. However, there are definitely a couple of things that I would highly recommend that you do to those natural brows to make them look even more beautiful in their natural state, or as close to it as possible. And those two things are brush them up and or use a brow gel on them. So the reason I do this with a spoolie brush before I put my brow product in is so that I can put it on properly, and you know, I can see like the frame of where my actual eyebrows are. So I take this spoolie brush and I brush this section in the front up, and then I brush the rest of it over into kind of like a rainbow arc kind of shape. And this is the same motion that you want to do with your brow gel. If you are like me and you do have bald spots in your brows, or if you have darker hair and you're a little bit darker complected in other ways, you know, maybe your eyes, your hair, your eyebrows, things like that, you want to fill your brows in, this is an excellent option. My friend Mandy can vouch for me on this, and she has a completely different coloring than I do, and this still works great for her. I bet blondes could use this. I bet almost anybody could get away with this. This is the Maybelline Color Tattoo in the color Tough as Taupe. It is this awesome putty color, and when you look at it, you're like, that is not going to look good on my brows. But I will tell you, trust me, it is very complimentary, and it's this little like je ne sais quoi, like this way of like just having there be just something about your brows that looks so good, and people can't even necessarily tell that they're filled in. Now, this is what my recommendation is for just about anybody who is going to use this product. You get yourself a really good, half of this is the application and half of it is the color. And if this doesn't work for you, if you are super, super blonde, or if you don't have like a warm or ashiness to your blonde, you couldn't probably use this. Let's be smart about it, okay? But no matter what, I think that half of it is the application, and having a really good, flexible, angled brush will definitely help. The least expensive one that I could find, but that still was really good quality, is this Japanesque one. I'm pretty sure it was like $10 to $15 at Ulta, but if you get like the Anastasia one or something, you're going to pay more than that. So what I do is load some of this product up on both sides of the brush just by like brushing it over it, and then I start at the arch here, okay, and work my way to the tail. You want this outer part of your brow to be the darkest part. So I'm going to just fill that outer edge in. Now I'm going to come across the top and create the other outer edge, you know, the bottom and the top, and then just fill in the middle. okay? I'm a little far away from my mirror here, so I might be messing up. Now, you could probably stop there if you wanted to, but I have a little bit of a bald spot on the front of this brow as opposed to this one. So to match them up, I'm just going to very lightly, I'm not adding more product or anything, I'm just very lightly filling that in and blending it into the tail end here. Now, if you don't want to pay the 22, 18, 22, whatever dollars it is for the Anastasia brow gel, I don't blame you, but it's amazing. If you want to take baby steps and you've never used a gel before, you can get this Maybelline Great Lash Clear Mascara. I swear this works just as well, if not better, than any other drugstore brow gel. I've used them all. And this one is a fresh one from my girl Karen. Hey Karen! I have dog. That's our inside joke. Okay, anyway. So you're going to want to take this and do that same motion with the gel. It's going to get all dirty. Just don't be worried about that. It's going to get all brown and dirty from touching the product. It's all about what your face looks like afterwards, okay? It's just fine. So what you do is brush this front section upward and then brush the rest over. Now I'm going to tell you what. If you have natural brows, when you brush this upward, it's going to be longer than the top of your brow shape. So what you want to do is brush it up and then smooth the edges over so that it's all the same. I trim mine there, which you could do if you wanted to, but no pressure. If you've got beautiful natural brows, I and many other women are super jealous, and this is the only thing that you'd have to do. It really like frames your eye really nicely though, and what is this stuff like? $5, $6. So that's a really nice way. I didn't fill that brow in yet. I'm getting ahead of myself. What I am going to do next is use this this NYX Stormy Skies palette. I don't know if this is still available. I got this at Ulta a few months ago. I had been looking at it for a while. It was out for a while. I think a lot of places would probably still have it, and maybe even on their website. But this is a really pretty neutral palette. They had a couple of other ones with different shades. I am going to use this with a large flat shader brush, and I'm going to go in with this taupe color right here and put that all over my eyelid, a little bit into the crease. I'm not using eyeshadow primer today because I'm lazy. I'm just going to put this flat taupe color all over like this. Do it on both eyes. Use kind of a downward sweeping motion and just cover both lids. So what I'm going to do there is I'm going to take this light color right here. It's like a beige, and again, sorry, my brush is dirty. This brush I feel like works better if it's a little bit dirty and has like other eyeshadows in it still. Of course, I'm not talking about darker colors, but I don't know, I kind of think it works better when it's a little bit dirty. So I'm going to blend that out up into where I put that milk pencil under my eyebrow, just from the crease up, and it gives me this nice like peachy, warm, pretty tone. Then I'm going to take the white color there and I'm just like tapping, just like that, just dabbing a little bit, and I'm going to blend from the eyebrow down on each side. Then I'm going to take this really dark gray. It's almost black, not quite. This is my pencil brush that I usually use for black or gray eyeshadow. I'm just going to angle it here up towards the tail of my eyebrow, the end of my eyebrow point, and I'm going to do a downward motion stroke like that. Okay, you see that? And then I'm going to come across this way like I'm going to go into the crease, but only go this little tiny bit, like that, okay? I know that probably looks really weird. We're going to blend it out. Guys, so I just bumped into my mirror and the thing that my mirror is sitting on, and I knocked over all this stuff. I dropped my palette, and I just realized that I didn't even know after having it all this time, there's a mirror inside of it and a brush. Anyway, I'm taking a tiny shader brush. You want to dab it a little bit in the black. Again, you're just touching it to it. You're not rubbing it, scrubbing it in the product. You're just picking up the littlest bit, and then I'm going to touch it into this taupe color that's on my eyelid, and I'm going to use that to blend it out. Again, I'm going downward with the motion here so that you don't get any up this way, and then coming across on the top of it. You can do this as much or as little as you feel like you need to get to this point. And then I grab that big shader again, the one I used before, and that color that I used before, and I wipe over it in a windshield wiper motion, okay? You're not going to go past this line, this invisible line here. You're going to start there and scrub through this way, okay? And when I say scrub, I do not mean push really hard. I just like to use that word, I guess. You do some of the same down and across motion. Now I'm going to take the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer and I'm going to draw a line of that on the top of my cheekbones like this. It creates a nice highlight. It also helps to clean up any of the fallout that you have from your blending. This is a super lazy way of taking care of that, but if it works, right? 2 steps in 1. So I like to do that, just blend it out with that same face brush that I put my foundation on with. Now I'm going to take the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in the color Iced Mocha and just go underneath my eye. I'm going to only draw about this far in to like where the center of my eye is. Going to use my L'Oreal Voluminous Mascara. It's kind of new, so there's a lot on the end of the brush here. Wipe it off a little bit. And just coat these real nice, get some clumps on my eyelid because I do it every time I film and never any other time. If you get some mascara on your eyelid like I just did, you can use a clean, dry Q-tip. I almost said toothpick. Don't use a Q-tip or a toothpick. And you can just wipe that off. Under my eyes, this is the Maybelline, I always use this, Lash Discovery. And I just do the outer corner just because I don't like that, you know, Betty Boop all the way across the under of the eye. It looks beautiful on some eyes. I think especially blue eyes for some reason. I love mascara all the way across the bottom on blue eyes, but not on me. This is e.l.f. in Candid Coral, and it looks like this. Really light, nice summer blush, I think. And I'm just going to put that here on the back side of my cheeks, kind of up a little bit diagonally towards the hairline. For my lips, this is the NYX Butter Gloss in Meringue. This is the finished look, kind of soft, kind of pretty. I hope I haven't done something too much like this before. This is very much one of my everyday type of looks, maybe with different products, but I still do something very close to this most of the time. If you have any questions for me, or if there's anything you'd like to see in the future, please leave a comment down below. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.